Some call it bad luck. Others think it's normal. But when the same players keep finding new ways to lose the same trophy over and over again, it starts to feel like something more sinister. These are 7 players cursed in one competition, and their stories are nothing short of haunting. We begin with Kepa Arrizabalaga, 3 Carabao Cup finals, 3 disasters. Back in 2019, Chelsea versus Manchester City. Deep into extra time, Kepa goes down with a cramp. Maurizio Sarri wants to bring on Willy Caballero, a penalty specialist. But then something extraordinary happens. Kepa refuses. He waves away his manager, ignores the 4th officials board and stays on the pitch. Sarri was furious, nearly storming down the tunnel in disgust. The entire football world watched in disbelief. Chelsea lost the shootout 4-3. He saved just 1 penalty after fighting to stay on. Fast forward to the 2022 final. This was supposed to be his redemption, except he faced 11 Liverpool penalties and saved none. Then he steps up to take his own, with the entire shootout on his shoulders, and launches it into orbit. Liverpool won 11-10. Kepa was the only player out of 22 to miss, but the curse wasn't finished. March 2026, now at Arsenal. The Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Surely this was his moment. Then in the 60th minute, Ryan Cherky sent in a routine cross. Kepa fumbles it. The ball drops behind him. Nico O'Reilly nods it in from close range. Arsenal lose 2-0. Jamie Carragher was blunt. Mikel Arteta does not owe Kepa anything. He owes Arsenal supporters the best possible chance of winning their first trophy in 6 years. 3 finals, 3 completely different ways to lose. The Carabao Cup doesn't just haunt Kepa, it owns him. When Cristiano Ronaldo arrived in Saudi Arabia in January 2023, it felt inevitable that the world's highest paid athlete would dominate this league. Al Nassr would win everything, except they haven't. Ronaldo came with a salary of €200 million per year. Al Nassr built a galactic squad around him. Sadio Mane, Marcelo Brozovic, Aymeric Laporte, later Kingsley Coman and João Felix. On paper, absolutely unstoppable. In reality, always second best. The Saudi Pro League title has slipped through their fingers season after season. They finished runners-up in 2023-24 despite Ronaldo breaking the league's goal-scoring record. They've lost cup finals on penalties. They've been knocked out of the AFC Champions League. The only trophy Ronaldo has actually lifted with Al Nassr is the Arab Club Champions Cup in 2023, a competition that isn't even recognized by FIFA. Here's a man who won everywhere: 5 Champions Leagues, multiple league titles across 3 different countries, but in Saudi Arabia, where his aura was supposed to guarantee success, it doesn't. Al Hilal keeps winning instead. Reports emerged of Ronaldo's frustration with the league's competitiveness, even sitting out games in protest. At 40 years old, playing some of the best football of his late career, he still can't conquer this one domestic league. The cruel irony? He's doing everything right individually. The goals are there, the performances are there, but trophies? Missing. Sometimes the cruelest twists in football happen when you finally make your dream move. Mbappé spent years at PSG alongside Neymar and later Messi, a super team built to conquer Europe. They reached the 2020 final and lost to Bayern Munich. Year after year, knockout heartbreak. The Champions League remained the missing piece. So in 2024, Mbappé left for Real Madrid, the club he'd dreamed of joining since childhood. Surely now, with the kings of Europe, he'd finally win it. Except PSG won it without him. In his first season away, Luis Enrique's side marched through Liverpool, Aston Villa and Arsenal before demolishing Inter Milan 5-0 in the final. The trophy PSG had chased for decades finally arrived the exact moment their biggest star left. Meanwhile, Mbappé's Real Madrid crashed out in the quarter-finals. Mbappé congratulated his former teammates on Instagram, but reports suggested he felt responsible, bitter even. He joined Madrid specifically to increase his chances of winning the Champions League, and instead watched his old club lift it for the first time in their history. The narrative is brutal. Was he the missing piece, or are teams better without him? At Madrid, he's won the UEFA Super Cup, but the Champions League, the one that matters most, still eludes him. April 27, 2014, a day Steven Gerrard will never forget. Liverpool versus Chelsea at Anfield. Liverpool were 5 points clear at the top with 3 games to go. Win here, and the Premier League title was firmly in their hands. Just 2 weeks earlier, after beating Manchester City, Gerrard had gathered his teammates in a huddle and screamed, "This does not effing slip now." Then it happened. injury time in the first half. Mamadou Sakho plays a routine pass to Gerrard. The captain's touch is heavy. He tries to recover. His feet go from under him and Dembaba is in behind. The striker rounds Mignolet. Chelsea lead 1-0. The irony was so cruel it felt scripted. Liverpool lost 2-0. Their title charge collapsed and City won the league by just 2 points. Gerrard wrote in his autobiography, "I sat in the back of the car and felt the tears rolling down my face. I hadn't cried for years, but on the way home, I couldn't stop." The greatest player to never win the Premier League. He won the Champions League, FA Cups and everything else. He turned down Chelsea and other major clubs to stay loyal to Liverpool, determined to win it with his boyhood team. And that loyalty is what makes the curse so painful. One slip, one moment. A career of absolute greatness defined by what he didn't win. Rival fans still sing about it to this day. Zlatan Ibrahimovic played for many of Europe's biggest clubs in the Champions League. 48 goals in 124 appearances, 0 trophies. The most painful part? The timing. In 2009, Zlatan left Inter Milan for Barcelona, chasing Champions League glory with Guardiola's dream team. That very season, Jose Mourinho's Inter, the team Zlatan had just abandoned, won the Champions League. In the semi-final, they knocked out Barcelona. Zlatan had to watch his former club eliminate his new one on the way to lifting the trophy he'd left to win. It happened again at Barcelona. He left in 2010. Barcelona won the Champions League in 2011. He joined AC Milan. They reached the semi-finals in 2023, but Zlatan was injured and not even registered for the competition. Everywhere Zlatan went, the Champions League went somewhere else. He won 10 league titles across 4 different countries. He won the Europa League with Manchester United, but Europe's biggest prize remained forever out of reach. Now look at this. 5 World Cups, 8 goals in the group stage, 0 in the knockout rounds. Read that again. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest goal scorers in football history, has never scored a single goal in a World Cup knockout match. Across 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018 and 2022, he's played in multiple knockout games. He became the first player to score in 5 different World Cups, but when the tournament reaches the business end, the goals don't come. In 2022, Fernando Santos dropped him for the knockout stages. Gonçalo Ramos scored a hat-trick against Switzerland. Portugal looked sharper, faster, better without their captain. Ronaldo came off the bench in the quarter-final against Morocco and had a late chance to equalise. The keeper saved it. Portugal lost 1-0. It was the most painful symbolism. The greatest player in Portugal's history reduced to a substitute, unable to change the outcome. Ronaldo has conquered everything else, but the World Cup, the one trophy that defines ultimate legacy, keeps slipping away. He's heading to 2026 at 41 years old for one final attempt. Let's see how that goes. Finally, in 2020, Robert Lewandowski was unstoppable. 55 goals in 47 games, a historic treble with Bayern Munich. 15 Champions League goals. He broke Gerd Müller's legendary Bundesliga record with 41 goals in a single season. Everyone agreed this was undoubtedly his Ballon d'Or. Then France Football cancelled it. COVID-19, they said. Abnormal conditions. It was the first time since 1956 the award wasn't given out. The one year Lewandowski was the undisputed best player on the entire planet, the award simply didn't exist. He came back in 2021 with another phenomenal season. 50 goals again, breaking records again. He thought, surely now. But guess what? Messi won it and even acknowledged that Lewandowski should be a Ballon d'Or winner in his acceptance speech. Lewandowski told the BBC, "I was in the best moment of my career. I won everything with my club. I still don't know why the Ballon d'Or was cancelled. Maybe some years later I'll understand." He won FIFA Best Player awards in 2020 and 2021, but the Ballon d'Or, the one that truly defines greatness, was taken from him for reasons we'll never know. Do you think any of these curses will be broken one day? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any new videos. See you next time. Bye.